Moab, Utah, a Jeep lover's paradise with an abundance of trails in every direction. Top of the World Trail is one of its crown jewels, rated as difficult, but ends in a 7,000-foot vista overlooking the Fisher's Valley. So getting the cooler loaded up, we're going to head out the top of the world today. It could be quite the adventure, and we'll see how this goes. Check out this lovely setup here with this Triumph, and it also has a sidecar. And some people talk about their road dogs. Well, this guy literally has a road dog, so he's sitting here. I wish I knew if he was friendly or not. I'd give him a treat, but I'm just gonna go ahead and leave him alone. So here's something interesting. We're in downtown Moab, coming through the alley, and all the years that I've worked at the phone company, I've never seen art on the phone pole, and this is here. So that was kind of funny that they had done that. I've seen some strange things attached to telephone poles, but never anything done intentionally to be displayed as art, if you want to call that art. Start of the trail. I'm gonna check out Dewey Bridge real quick. I really don't know the story behind it, other than they had a fire. It was a wooden bridge at one time. This is it. So I guess we're going this way. So here we go. So the air down has started. We're at the entrance to the trail, and then we'll get, what is it, you said it's like 10 miles up to the top?
Yeah, 5 miles on Enchilada Trail to where Top of the World Trail starts, and then 5 miles after that to the very end.
Good times. By the way, I hope they have an ice cream shop up there for Pam. sometimes things don't go as planned. I should be recording right now at the top of the world trail in Moab, but instead we are downtown Moab. So we were doing good. The trail was getting pretty rough. We were about 3.5 miles into it, and it just kept getting rougher and rougher, and we were kind of questioning ourselves, and then it started pouring down rain, and we just didn't know what to do. It was also it's getting later, so we had spent probably 3 hours getting up to that point, and when we realized what time it was, thinking how long it was going to take to get back, we thought for sure that it would be dark by the time we'd get back, and we didn't want to be getting out of there in dark. Well, needless to say, when we turned around, plus it was pouring down rain, right? So I kind of freaked out a little bit and said, let's just bail out before we get ourselves into worse trouble. So, and there were some places where my inexperience really kind of got the best of us coming back. There were some big step downs. Luckily for us, I have no idea where these guys, they just showed up out of nowhere and they helped guide us down that. So otherwise, I don't know we literally don't know what we would have done. And for somebody with a lot of experience with that type of off-roading, probably is nothing. But for me, with the experience I have, it was just like, holy cow. And the Jeep is way more than capable. And one of the naive things that I had going into it is like, I knew I didn't have a lot of experience, but I thought for sure any experience that I had, the Jeep would make up for, because that Jeep is designed to do exactly what we were trying to do today. So we're both bummed out that we didn't get up there, because we were hoping to have lunch up there. It was way after lunch. Well, like I said, it was probably almost 4 o'clock by the time we decided to turn around when it started raining. Because we were concerned about daylight, and it only took us like an hour to get back down. So that was the crazy part, and we used a lot less gas too. So a minor concern was gas, because we were using a lot of gas going up there, but coming back down we hardly used anything. So that's where we're at. We're in Moab now, and just taking a little break, kind of catching our breath and trying to figure out what to do next. So this is how naive we were, right? We're like, we'll just run up there, take some pictures, have lunch, and head out down to Arizona. So we basically spent the day trying to get up there and get back down, because it's 7:30 now. So we're trying to figure out what to do now. Do we want to go back tomorrow and bring a guide, or do we just want to start heading down to Arizona tonight? And originally we're supposed to go to the Grand Canyon tomorrow. So I don't know. We'll have to see. So stay tuned for the next one. So how do you manage the disappointment of today and the struggles we went through? Right here is the answer. Tacos. So I'm in Moab. Oh, look at my hands shaking from today. And having some dinner. Met these guys, Andy and I'm sorry, Ed? Ed. Okay. So they're on these motorcycles over here. And they were telling me a story. I mean, could you just kind of briefly tell me what you said?
So we're riding coast to coast. It's called the Trans-America Trail. It goes from the furthest point on the East Coast to the furthest point on the West Coast. So we started in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. We're riding to Port Orford, Oregon, Castle Rock.
Which is pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Today is day 20, you said, right?
Day 21.
Okay.
21.
Now, Ed, I have a question for you.
All right.
When was the first time you rode a motorcycle? 22 days ago?
It was a little bit earlier than that. This is the first time I've been out on the road.
Okay, this is your first big trip.
I've ridden in my subdivision and that, but this is really the first time on a road trip.
So this is awesome, right? Father, son taking this trip. Anybody can do it. This is so cool. I'm glad I got to meet you guys, so I appreciate it. So that's a wrap on today. We're headed to the Grand Canyon tomorrow. Today didn't go quite as planned, but meeting Ed and Andy was pretty neat to hear their story and how they're traveling. Father, son traveling across the country on dirt bikes. So That's really cool and inspirational. Sometimes it's good to remember it's about the adventure. So we definitely had an adventure today, that's for sure. So tomorrow, Grand Canyon.